Hi, everyone, and welcome to Rose Red Homestead.
Happy New Year. We're glad to be here and glad you're here with us.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to just give you an update on what has happened over this past year and kind of let you know what we are thinking in terms of what we are aiming to do for this coming year, 2026. So I thought it might be fun to just take a look at all of the videos that we have done this past year and let you know what the top 10 videos are for this past year, 2025. So number one is...
Should I do a drum roll?
Yes, a drum roll.
Longer.
And that is Why Store Borax. It is at 1.3, almost 1.3 million views. That just blew us away. Do you remember when that was happening?
Yes, I do.
Every day when we were looking at the numbers, we just couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
It was going, it just up and up and up and up. And we have a nephew, and bless his sweetheart, he is such a fan of Rose Red Homestead, and his family is as well. His job is really high stress, and when we were sitting just below 1 million, what he did to de-stress during his lunchtime, he brought his lunch every day, so he would close his office door, take out his brown bag lunch, turn his computer on and tune into Borax, and he would watch Borax day after day after day trying to put us over the top.
And I think he did.
I think he did too. So that was fun. And who knew? Who knew that Borax would be such a popular topic? Why store Borax? Next was kitchen stuff I'm ditching. That was kind of a surprise that it came in at number 2 for this year. I had my whole countertop filled with things that I was going to give away, trying to declutter my kitchen. Then last January, we did one that was called Safety Alerts, and where we talked about black plastic and some other things that were safety alerts that were in the news. So fourth is gadgets for seniors and everyone else. And that recently had a resurgence. We were getting a lot of views for that one just over this past month. So I'm so glad, because those gadgets have really helped us as well. As we age, we needed a few gadgets ourselves. And then why store hydrogen peroxide, why store cornstarch, 7-can soup, you might remember that one, preparing against a deep fake world, was number 8. Number 9, more gadgets for seniors and everyone else. So we had 2 gadget videos for seniors, so that was good. And then last of all is stop kneading your bread, do this instead. As we look at the analytics on our channel and look at these top 10 videos for this past year, we can see that there has been kind of a shift away from our overall things that have been popular all along. For instance, there's really no canning videos in this one. There's no baking videos. There's no off-grid cooking videos. When we consider doing a new video, the first thing that we ask ourselves is the information important for our audience? And then, secondly, that's when we think about, do we think that this will garner enough views so that it will be helpful to the greatest amount of people? And so that's kind of how we think about our videos. We try to be about a month ahead on our video schedule, although we have flexibility where we plug things in as they come along. So this was very interesting for us. And still, we have some basic foundational videos that continue to be popular, and ones that we will not abandon. For instance, the canning videos, even though no canning videos made our top 10, we think how to can safely is still a pretty important topic. So we'll be doing more canning videos, and our Make and Freeze series is still very popular, and we continue to add to that from time to time, because we think that is an important consideration for food storage and to be prepared at the level 1 in food storage. And then we always scan the news for ideas that we need to alert our community about. And so that was like the safety alerts from January. And so we'll still be doing things like off-grid cooking, and we'll be using our our fire pit in the backyard to kind of show cooking over a campfire, because we've had a lot of requests for that as well. So, what do you have for us?
Top 10 from the time we started
For the past
for
7
the
years?
past 7 years. Yeah, we're going,
We're coming up on
coming
7
up on
years?
7 years.
Okay, so what are our all-time top?
And why store borax? Pam talked about that a few moments ago. And Water One, storing water for emergencies. First lessons in baking were next. How to make ghee. And these are, around 750,000.
Under the borax
Under the
one.
borax
The
one,
borax
yeah.
is our all-time
Yeah.
high. Who knew? We had no clue that borax would be that popular.
And dehydrating and freeze drying eggs for long-term storage, about 500,000. Pressure canning hamburger, pressure canning instant
Pressure canning and Instant Pot
pot
Max.
small batch bread in the air fryer, and dehydrating veggies the easy way, emergency heating and lighting. And from dehydrating and freeze drying eggs for long term, about 500,000 right in that area for each one of those.
So we can really see how, even though our top 10 include things like canning hamburger was in
Yeah.
there, and freeze drying was in there, a lot of preserving was there. So we can kind of see there's a shift this year kind of away from a lot of that basic stuff. But we know that we have a lot of new subscribers who are still needing introduction to our basic things like canning and so forth. So, what we're thinking about this coming year is continuing those things are sort of our rock solid foundational things. And we're going to continue with master mixes. That has gotten off to a really good start. And then vacuum sealing, which we have just recently learned is an important topic, that there are some pretty serious misconceptions, and we did a video recently on the dangers of that can happen with vacuum sealing, and we're currently writing a book on that one.
Yeah.
Based on the fact of what we found was available for people as they did searches on that. There's so many misconceptions and incomplete information. So that book will be coming out in the spring. And we've just acquired a chamber vacuum sealer, and so we'll be doing more vacuum sealing videos, including working with our chamber vacuum sealer. And then we recognize that our off-grid cooking recipes or off-grid cooking videos have not been the most popular things, but we are convinced that off-grid cooking is going to be a very, very important thing for us to be prepared for. And so we will continue doing those, but maybe just not quite as frequently. And then we're going to be introducing sous vide cooking. We have, I think I've done one other video on sous vide, but we're going to do an introductory video on that and show you why sous vide cooking is really a great way to preserve a lot more nutrients than other ways of cooking, and that you can also do sous vide off-grid. So that's it for the basics of what's been happening in terms of the statistics on our channel. Now we're going to get a little bit personal and explain your personal situation is, well, we're getting old.
I turned 79 a few days ago.
So he's 79 and I'm 81. And yes, we're still energetic. We're still in fairly good health. I have a very cranky hip that has given me some grief. And I'm working with my doctor on pain management so that I don't have to have surgery, a hip replacement. But it may happen, I don't know. And if so, that may impact our videos for a little while, but we will bounce back. We intend to go a full year this year and beyond. We have no plans for retiring this channel at all. Because we are lacking the stamina that we once had in our 50s and 60s. It's becoming more difficult for us to do things that require high level energy. a couple of things have been slightly discontinued. One of those is for the past 25 years, we've trailered. We have our toy hauler and hauled our our four-wheelers.
Four-wheelers and the side-by-side sometimes
Yeah,
too.
yeah. And have gone camping all over the place and have loved that. But we've had to forego that.
We sold our trailer. We just got to the point to where it was so much work to go ahead and set it up, get everything ready, get to our destination after driving 5 or 6 hours, and then having to set up again and break down. So it just got to be so much. We would have to take breaks while we were setting up and taking down. So we decided to go ahead and sell our trailer.
And we've been sad about that, but it was certainly the right thing to do. But we still have Max, and that is our side-by-side, and I don't see us ever getting rid of Max.
I was thinking about going back to quads.
Silly man. Silly man.
Oh,
No,
is that the silly rabbit thing?
The side-by-side is perfect for us in these
Yes, it
days.
is.
Our kids tried to get us into a side-by-side much earlier than we actually bit the bullet and did that. And then many of you will know that for part of the time this year, we had a second YouTube channel that we devoted to a cabin that we had access to that we were turning into a bugging out place. And boy, did we ever work hard on those projects.
Yeah, we spent hours and hours and hours and days.
And we videoed many of the projects that we were doing up there. And we still have access to that. All of the stuff that we did up there is still in place, but we have backed way, way off of it. We still have a little bit to do in terms of readying the cabin to be occupied, and we're going to go about it slowly. David, who is my son, who was helping us with that project, his job is now requiring a lot more of him than previously, so he's not available as much, and so we're just taking it slow. We were up there, a month ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, and we still really enjoy it. That's where we haul Max up and do our riding in our 4x4. It's a side-by-side.
Side-by-side.
Yeah, so we're having fun doing that. So, but other than that, we're in really good health. We have, we are so blessed that our days are filled with good projects for us to do, that we're not sitting in rocking chairs on our front porch and whiling away.
You would rather...
I would rather work than rock. Dang right.
What's wrong with rocking in a rocking chair?
Oh, I've just never been able to sit still for very
I've
long.
noticed that.
I know. So we're workaholics regardless of what the project is, and we'll keep going, just like the Energizer
Bunny.
The Energizer.
Yes, it's
Energizer Bunny.
I blew it.
And so we're happy, and we're still crazy about each other and laugh a lot and have a good time no matter what we do. So we are so very grateful for you. And we feel like our community is just phenomenal. And so keep your comments coming, and we're in it till the end. So, Jim.
So I get to ask some questions. One of the things that we're doing with all of the videos that we're making for you is we're going to ask you as individuals, when you see something on the video, make comments on it. But the other thing is, how about the idea of suggestions for books, for videos, those kinds of things. That'll give us a better idea of where you're coming from, so we can go ahead and examine that idea and look at the idea, the possibility of doing some of those things.
And basically we want to be responsive to what your needs and wishes are for this channel. This channel, one of the things that we really subscribe to is integrity. And so we want to have a channel where the information is scientifically sound and accurate, so that no one gets the wrong idea or any kind of a dangerous idea about how to do anything related to the 3 pillars of our channel, again, which are emergency preparedness, food security, and self-reliance. So we try to bring you the best of the best, and we feel like we have the best of the best people who have subscribed and who are watching our channel and contributing. And your contributions, even though we don't always get to every single comment, but your contributions are acknowledged. And if we don't answer you, it doesn't mean that we haven't skimmed through and seen your response, because we really appreciate the time that you take to give us your ideas on what we are presenting. So, anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, well then, once again, Happy New Year from us, and we will see you all year long with new videos.
And starting year 8, or is it 7?
7. Well,
7.
seven,
So starting year 7 in March.
in March. So, bye-bye. We'll see you soon.
Take care. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.